A general progressive report on the election so far was discussed in an election steering meeting yesterday. Present at the meeting were Government's Chief Secretary, Ambassador Isaac Lupari, Electoral Commissioner Patilias Gamato, Defence Force Commander Brigadier General Gilbert Toropo, and other committee members. It's the second week into campaign period, and political parties and candidates continue to hold rallies nationwide. The PNG Electoral Commission has scheduled 8 weeks of campaign, commencing on the 27th of April after the close of nominations. Top among agendas discussed was the polling and the counting of votes. Polling will start on the 24th of June and ends on the 8th of July. All writs are expected to be returned on the 24th of July. The Electoral Commission is now concentrating on two key priorities of the national elections.
Two things. Number one is the polling schedule and the roll, where they are registered. I can only approve a new place of polling if there is a natural disaster. If the flood has washed the village, then I can approve. So in Manam's case, if it's a natural disaster, then I can approve the change of polling place. But we'll stick by the roll.
The months of May, June and July are very critical during the elections. Mr. Gamato said big ticket items such as ballot papers have already arrived in the country, with the seals and indurable inks expected to come in this week. Ballot and compartment boxes are ordered within the country. Training manuals have also been sent to provinces to train polling and counting officials. Commissioner Gamato thanked the national government for the funds allocated towards the elections. He said so far, Electoral Commission has committed about 45.5 million kina towards the national elections. He said the Commission has about 56 million kina in the trust account. These funds have been earmarked for other projects during the elections. Mr. Gamato gave a rundown of how many polling sites are expected in the country.
If they want to disrupt, that's their problem. But our responsibility is to go and set up the polling stations, conduct the polling. And I would only appeal to them to respect the electoral process and come forward and vote on the day of polling.
In terms of packing and distribution of polling materials, the Commission will pack according to the polling teams based on the polling schedule. Commissioner Gamato is happy with the preparation so far. The national government has appropriated only one budget to fund the elections. This is to minimize costs during the elections.
As going forward into elections that are going to come in years. And we have implemented that plan according to the plans that we have put in place. And all this because we want to make sure that we deliver these elections in a cost-effective manner.
Out of the 400 million kina allocated for the elections, a warrant of almost 141 million kina has been released. Out of that money, 86 million kina has been released as cash. Ambassador Lupari said they want to ensure that money is effectively used to run the elections. He also brushed aside critics that the country is facing a serious cash flow problem.
All I can say to you today is if he has 56 million still there in the trust account and the police and security force has 10 million in the account, does it mean that this country's got cash flow problem? Or this government has got cash flow problem? As a Papua New Guinea, you have to ask that question. That doesn't demonstrate to me that we have a huge cash flow problem in this country.
Meanwhile, members of the PNG Defence Force will reinforce police operations throughout the country. Commander Brigadier General Gilbert Toropo said they are well prepared for the elections.
This is part and parcel of the election security operations. We are already on call out to assist the police, and PNG Defence Force now, as part of one of its core tasks is to assist the police to support the...
Commander Toropo said their presence is to stabilize situations and ensure that people take ownership during the elections to mandate leaders who will represent them in Parliament.